The worldwide cryptocurrency market valuation was $1.1 trillion on November 5, 2022, but it plunged to $836 billion in just a week. It was all because of the crypto exchange platform FTX, which was behind the token FTT, and 15 of the top cryptocurrencies lost about $250 billion in a week. On November 6, the token's value began to collapse, shedding more than 80% of its value in 72 hours. The downfall of FTX, once seen as the market survivor, has shocked everyone in the cryptocurrency market. FTX is the brainchild of Bankman-Fried, and he was taken as the JP Morgan of the cryptocurrency industry. So, what exactly went wrong? In 2017, Bankman-Fried established Alameda as a quant trading company that made significant wagers on several elements of the cryptocurrency ecosystem. In 2019, along with Zxiao Gary Wang, FTX was established by Bankman-Fried, enabling individual investors to purchase cryptocurrencies and accepting deposits in a form like that of traditional financial institutions. Bankman-Fried was the majority shareholder in both companies. During the FTX initial days, it attracted a lot of investors and had raised a few $1 billion over a few years. In just 6 months of its founding, the Binance co-founder and CEO Changpeng Zhao bought a share of 20% in FTX for approximately $100 million. In July 2021, the initiative raised $900 million at an $18 billion value from around 60 investors, including SoftBank, Sequoia Capital, and others. After that, Bankman paid $2 billion to purchase Zhao's stock. The same year, in September, FTX relocated its headquarters from Hong Kong to the Bahamas. On January 14, 2022, FTX established a $2 billion venture fund called FTX Ventures, earning $400 million in Series C fundraising at a $32 billion valuation that month. The FTX Ventures website went offline in November 2022. FTX.US declared on February 11, 2022, that it would shortly start providing stock trading to its U.S. clients. It was mentioned in February 2022 that FTX was setting up a gaming division to facilitate game developers in integrating Bitcoin, NFTs, and other blockchain-related assets into video games. FTX signed a contract in July 2022 that gave it the option to purchase BlockFi for around $240 million. A $400 million credit line for BlockFi was part of the agreement. Before Bloomberg revealed the close connection between Alameda Research and FTX, everything was going according to plan. According to Bloomberg, Alameda was a market maker for FTX early in its career, and the trading business was the largest known depositor of stable coins on FTX in June and July 2022. Alameda's trading on FTX meant that the trading firm would profit financially when others lost money on the exchange. Bankman-Fried occasionally defended Alameda's utilization of FTX as a source of cash. On November 2, 2022, CoinDesk reported that a major amount of Alameda Research's assets was held in FTT, the exchange token released by FTX. It had mentioned that there was $5.1 billion worth of FTT in circulation and that Alameda's balance sheet included $3.36 billion of unlocked FTT, $2.16 billion of FTT collateral, and $292 million of locked FTT. Despite Binance CEO Zhao's early investment in FTX, the popularity achieved by FTX in a short amount of time made it a competitor to Binance. Following the publication of the CoinDesk article, Zhao and Bankman-Fried engaged in a verbal confrontation. On November 6, Binance made the announcement that it was liquidating FTT worth more than $100 million. The announcement had a significant impact, and many people withdrew. The same day, FTX completed $4 billion worth of transactions. By November 7, that amount had risen to $6 billion. A day later, on November 8, FTX's finances were in turmoil. Binance entered the scene and wanted to buy the company, but on the 9th of November, it backed out due to a non-binding agreement. According to a Wall Street Journal article published on November 10 from an anonymous source, FTX moved over $10 billion in customer assets to Alameda Research in 2022. Alameda utilized the money to repay debts it had taken to make investments. Investors were informed by bankman-fried that FTX could not cover withdrawals since it was losing collateral value and could not be liquidated. Bankman-Fried announced his resignation as CEO on November 11, and FTX and Alameda both filed for bankruptcy. After that, FTX declared that it was looking into a possible hack. Cryptocurrency funds worth more than $370 million seem to be missing. The CEO of Alameda Research, Caroline Ellison, informed the staff on November 12 that she, Bankman-Fried, Gary Wand, and Nishad Singh was aware of the asset transfer. According to the bankruptcy filing from November 11, FTX's estimated liabilities would make it the biggest crypto-related bankruptcy. The Royal Bahamas Police Force opened a criminal inquiry against FTX after it filed for bankruptcy. Sam Bankman-Fried, the founder and CEO of FTX, was charged with fraud, conspiracy to launder money, conspiracy to defraud the U.S., and break campaign finance laws by the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York on December 13, 2022. Bankman-Fried was released on a $250 million bond after being extradited from the Bahamas and was given the mandate to continue living under house arrest at his parents' property in Palo Alto, California. On January 3, 2023, he was charged in federal court in Manhattan and entered a not guilty plea to every charge. Judge Lewis A. Kaplan set a trial date for October 2, 2023, saying he might move it forward or backward a day or two. Meanwhile, Gary Wang, co-founder of FTX, and Caroline Ellison, who had served as Alameda's CEO, pleaded guilty to multiple charges and began cooperating with federal prosecutors.